Hello reception, I hope you're feeling happy at home and well done for tuning in to the second video of our fantastic flipped classroom. I know you guys love hearing the secret code words that you can use to tell your teachers that you've really been watching the videos at home. So your code word for this video is red robot. Red robot. That's the code word. So if your teacher asks you for the second code word, it's red robot, and only you will know it if you watch this video. Make sure not to tell anyone, only your teacher, to show that you watched this video. So before I read our new story, Nobot Robot, that we've been looking at in school, I want to look at a couple of the words that you might not know what they mean, maybe you do, that are in the story. The first one is robot. Robot. So a robot is a machine that looks like a human and is able to do certain human movements and actions. We'll be looking at some robots in school and trying to make them with some of the materials that we have in the classroom. Jumped. Jumped. Now's your opportunity to jump as high as you can. Off you go. Jump up high. This girl has jumped in the air because both of her feet are off the ground at the same time. So as you make sure when you jumped, both of your feet were off the ground at the same time. Disappeared. Disappeared. Disappeared is when something is there, and then when you look for it again, it's gone, it's disappeared. So look at the green spot. It's disappeared. Let's look at the green spot again. It's disappeared. Bottom. Bottom. The arrow is pointing to the boy's bottom. So there's his bottom. And in our story, Nobot Robot loses his bottom. And we'll find out what happens when we read it. Nest. Nest. A nest is a bird's house. So here's a nest and it's made of twigs and leaves. And the bird has laid its eggs in the nest. And usually if you look really high up in the trees, you'll be able to see a bird's nest. It's quite hard to see them in the summer because of all the leaves in the trees, but it's really easy to see birds' nests in winter when all the leaves fall off the trees. Drum kit. Drum kit. So this boy is playing on his drum kit. So a drum kit isn't just one drum, it's lots of different drums all together as a collective for someone to play. And they use those sticks that the boys have in his hands, and they are called drumsticks. Beach. Beach. Here's a beach. It's beautiful. It's made up of sand and water. Maybe you've been to the beach before, but if you haven't, that's okay. It's quite unusual to have sandy beaches where we live. Usually around the beaches around where we live, there's lots of pebbles. But if you go to certain places, beaches will have lots of sand. Sea. Sea. So the beaches will also have sea. So the sea is the water that you can see at the beach. Sandcastle. Sandcastle. I know you all love making sand castles in the sand pit at school. You can make a sand castle by putting this bucket in the sand and tipping it out. And that's the end of our slideshow, and that is all of our words. So, are you ready to read Nobot Robot with me? Okay. Let's read it together. And then that way, if you ever want to hear the story, you can just watch this part of the video again. And you can listen to the story to make sure you know it really well. Nobot Robot. And the author is Sue Hendra. Will we read the blurb? Meet Bernard. He is a robot with a very unusual problem. Have you ever seen a Nobot? If you haven't, then take a look inside this book. a fantastic new friend for all Sue, Hendra and Paul Linnet fans to enjoy and fall in love with. Let me move the camera so you can see. That's it. Bernard the robot loved to play at the park. Whee! He swung up high and high into the sky. Soon it was time to go, and Bernard jumped off the swing and headed home. He only walked a little bit when... My bottom! Cried Bernard. It's disappeared. Where can it be? Where did he leave his bottom? Bernard went back to the park to look, but he couldn't see his bottom anywhere. Excuse me, monkey, he said. Have you seen my bottom? Said the monkey. I think I might have. Bird is using it. Come and see. What do you think the birds might have been using his bottom for? Do you remember what this word is called? Let's have a look. Hello, bird, said Monkey. Have you still got Bernard's bottom? Oops, tweet, Bernard. Was that your bottom? Said Bird. It was too heavy to be a nest, so I gave it to Bear to use in his drum kit. Let's go and get it back. Excuse me, Bear, said Bird. Have you been drumming on my bottom? Asked Bernard. Oops, Bernard, was that your bottom? Said Bear. It made a funny noise, so I couldn't use it. I don't know where it is now. Oh, said Bernard. Don't worry, Bernard. Your bottom's got to be somewhere, said his friends kindly. Look, there it is, said Monkey. That's just Gary's hat, said Bernard. Tweet, there, said Bird. That's just Edward's shopping basket, said Bernard. Isn't that it? Said Bear. No, that's just Dog's window box. Bernard was sad. I'll never get my bottom back, he sobbed. Come and sit down, said his friends, and we'll think of where to look next. I can't sit down, said Bernard. I haven't got a bottom. I'm not a robot. I'm a no-bot. He walked away to carry on looking. After a while, he arrived at the beach, and he looked out to the sea and saw something very familiar. There it was! Come back, he shouted. Come back here. You've got my bottom. But the rabbits couldn't hear him. Bernard jumped and waved, but it was no good. Then as he turned away, he spotted a strange-shaped sandcastle. He had found his bottom. Where was it, everyone? Someone had been using it as a bucket. Bernard was so happy to have his bottom back, he did a wiggling, jiggling dance, and so did all of his friends. And Bernard never lost his bottom again. And that's our story all done. Fantastic listening, everyone. Remember, you can watch this video as many times as you want. And remember, the secret code word number 2 is red robot. Because no bot is red. Make sure to watch the first video and find out the first secret code word. Take care and see you in our next video. Bye, reception.